fueling the fire. Like Prometheus, I'll never retire. I'm the blaze that takes you higher. My flames dance in the dark, a fiery show, illuminating paths where chaos will grow. As Prometheus did, I break the mold. With passion and fire, my story unfolds. Lighting up the world with my fire. I'm the spark that never tires, unleashing chaos, fueling the fire. Like Prometheus, I'll never retire. I'm the blaze that takes you higher. Tires, unleashing chaos, fueling the fire. Like Prometheus, I'll never retire. I'm the blaze that takes you higher. Flames dance in the dark, a fiery show, illuminating paths where chaos will grow. As Prometheus did, I break the mold. With passion and fire, my story unfolds. Lighting up the world with my fire, illuminating paths where chaos will grow. As Prometheus did, I break the mold. With passion and fire, my story unfolds. Lighting up the world with my fire, illuminating paths where chaos will grow.
Welcome to Burning It. Let's burn up the night. As always, I'm Prometheus, also known as JJ Star, and here I'm with the Hammer Mage. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hello, I'm the Hammer Mage, or just Hammer Mage. You know, the isn't really part of my name. It used to be, but I've since changed my name. You know, I had it legally changed. I didn't want to get confused like the way people get confused with Sonic the Hedgehog. So it's just Hammer Mage. That's me.
I see. Why is there a hammer dancing around?
Oh, that's mine. Sorry, he got. I don't know how he got in here. I thought he was on my shoulder, but I guess I brought a couple. I don't know. Oh.
No, I'm just kidding. That was coming from my mouth. Wait, what is he doing?
I don't know. I think maybe he wants a drink.
Hey, you can't be back there. I think he's about to break for the window. Hey, don't do that.
Well, the window's not gonna stop him.
Oh shit! No, hey, stop. Okay.
Well, I'm not paying for that.
Oh yeah. Hold on.
You have insurance, right?
Oh shit. At least you didn't go for the window. Sorry about. Apparently he broke a pipe. But
no, that happens. I'm glad that it was. At least I'm glad he broke it in the back of the bar rather than someone breaking it over my head, which happens a lot.
I would joke about that being a skill issue, but I feel like you get them thrown at you way too often. That just might be a target issue.
Yeah, the issue is that I'm too good of a target, apparently.
Is the H like is it meant to be like a target?
No, it just stands for hat.
Oh. I thought it stood for hammer, so does it...
No, it's supposed to stand for... It stands for whichever thing you weren't expecting it to. Whichever one you didn't think it was, that's the one it's for.
So wait, are you secretly Hat Mage?
I might have been in a previous life, and this is just kind of left over. You know, honestly why I adapted the whole hammer personas, because I had to flee the country and change my name from Hat Mage to Hammer Mage.
So I hear there's actually like you have an alter ego.
Oh.
So I brought you something that I figure might help you. Let's see.
I don't want to make him come out here. No. You can't do this. Get that away from me. No. No.
It's on the wrong background layer. Hold on.
Okay.
I can't tempt you with it yet. I got this though.
Hey, get that thing away from me. I don't want to be French.
I got this.
I'm just kind of looking at it. Just kind of floating there. How are you making that float there? Oh no, the PNG from the other side.
Yes, the transparent PNG. Totally.
No.
Blow.
No. Oh, it's in my eyes. Oh no. You have to move me up.
Oh no, where are your legs?
No, I'm flying. My legs. Oh no. Oh. It's I guess I have a unibrow.
Wait, hold on. I can fix that. Hold on.
It's me, Skawilliam Fancy Son.
Let's see, can I...
You just flipped it upside down.
There we go.
Now I am angry. I'm trying to line myself up, but I think I have a slight delay. There we go.
There, okay, I guess now it's like a...
Die. Your guest is now the sledge wizard.
Okay, let's see,
I can't see.
I can't see for the mustache. I don't think I did this right. I'm gonna be real. No, it's getting bigger.
Oh no. Oh, on my whole face. Oh, I'm too French.
I didn't know that's how that worked.
Yeah, that's how the French get their power. The bigger the mustache, the more French they are.
Ah, yes, this makes perfect sense.
Yeah, shoo, get out of here, mustache. Don't come back. Shoo, if I could wave my arm, I would.
It flew away. Anyways, would you like to tell us about your lore? Tell us about
good. You fixed my legs. Oh boy, do I have a legacy. Pardon that. Oh, also, I'm gonna be coughing a bit. I'm coming off of having been sick for a bit, so apologize for that.
It's okay.
My legacy. I once was in a D&D party, many years ago, back in the year, oh my god, what was it, like 2017, 2018, something like that. Thanks. Hang on, let me just get a sip of that. Oh wow, I lined that up perfect.
I'm sorry, it might be boiling.
Yeah. I guess I just didn't feel it. Maybe it just burned. I guess it burned the pain receptors on my tongue. It was too hot. I was a character in a D&D campaign many years ago. Back in 2018. I was a transmutation wizard. My specialty is transmutation. My favorite thing to do, my signature thing, was my signature attack was launch object, where it was I think it's a homebrewn cantrip that lets you just throw like a half-pound object as an attack. That was like my main attack, and then my main magic, of course, was I loved using transmutation magic, using tiny servant, with the hammer kept under my hat. To make my good pal Harold here, and he was a very useful asset throughout that whole campaign. Sometimes there are multiples of him. Make a bunch of him. Very useful. I also committed several war crimes and may or may not have killed several people with the Shapestone spell, but let's not talk about that. Then, so the campaign went on for like 3 years or so. And after the campaign, when we were done with it, I went off to. I had a fascination with architecture, so I started a company. I started like a small like business, like fashioning, like basically as a mason using like shapestone and other transmutation for that. But I'd also explore ruins, and after at one point exploring ruins, I was came in contact with a cursed object that caused me to it sent me to another plane. This plane was called Vin Garden. This was in a community-run card game called Collective, where I was actually a card in there. I used the art for my D&D character, and I people could submit cards for this game, and every week people would vote on Reddit. 10 cards would get in. And the first card I got in was Hammer Mage, me. I for a while that was the only card in, and then eventually I built on the lore a bit more. Like I said, I arrived at this plane from I arrived at this plane randomly from being touching a cursed object, and then the plane I was on was invaded by a bunch of wisps, as they were known, and in the invasion and fighting them off. Also, Vingarden was only inhabited by me and one other person. I was cursed yet again, this time to constantly be thrown from plane to plane. So I ended up being thrust to various planes in this card game, where I would have like different outfits, and the cards I had different mechanics that were based around like mechanics known to those planes. So like one, for example, was known for having effects when things enter play or leave play. So I had an effect that when I came into play or left play, I made a herald token. Also, I always made herald tokens when each card of mine also made herald tokens. Eventually though, I found my way back to the original plane of Vingarden, where my friend was killed, and then I was cured of my curse, but then once more thrust into a new plane where I am now, and now I'm a streamer.
So like, wait, hold on. So how did you, when you got into the plane, did you just decide become streamer?
No, it took a bit to like, think about. I did took some time off, just kind of explored like what's around. Right now, I'm on this plane called like Earth or something like that. Not a lot going on great here, honestly, not gonna lie. Other planes, like, sure, we had like, demons and various like, evil entities, wisps invading planes, all these kinds of things, cyberpunk wars, but at least I didn't have to pay taxes. But now here I am, having to pay taxes, so I had to get a job, and so I'm doing a job, but on the side, I gotta do something for entertainment. So I figured I'd be a streamer and tell people my tales.
I see. Oh, I come from Magic Country, so not actually Magic Country. That's not the name of it, but it's a little bit different from, regular Earth. If that makes any sense. I don't know.
No, I understand. Trust me, everywhere I've been before here was far different than here.
Yeah. People here are weird.
They sure are.
Anyways. So what
Have you met the French? Sorry. No, I'm not. I don't mean that against French people. I just meant that one French guy who was here earlier.
I got my conches from France.
Oh.
No,
I
I'm
meant,
just kidding. They're baked here.
No, they've got great fries.
I don't think those are actually French. You know what? I'm not gonna say anything. We're not starting this debate on stream. Are the fries actually French? Find out in the next episode of... No, I'm just kidding.
No, they weren't invented by the French, but each individual fry is French. Didn't you see the little? Don't you see the little mustaches on all of them?
Oh wait, you can see them?
Is it normal? Is that not normal?
I'm not gonna say it isn't, but you might want to go see a doctor.
It's fine. I have insurance now. I can do that.
Okay. I'm just gonna walk away on that note. We don't need the fries attacking people, potentially.
Okay, well, thanks for coming to the Burning Den, everyone.
Hey, at least there's no ghost with the gun. We don't need Shima back in here right now. Yeah, that was a weird situation.
Sounds like a handful.
A handful of what? Ghost?
I don't know, a gun, I guess.
Oh god, that'd be terrifying. By the way, what got you into streaming? That's my question.
So I was, well, actually, I was a YouTuber for like 10 years.
I see.
And, for like, I guess it was for like 9 years really, because we kind of didn't really do anything for the last like year or so. But Zinker and I used to do YouTube, from when we were both in, we started when we were both in college together. And then we continued doing it, after we both weren't in college. It was a bit hard because we were doing it, like from, remotely kind of, which is easier to do now, but used to be harder. And we did that for a while, and I always enjoyed just sitting there. He would usually play the games for the most part, so which ended up leaving me to, because like he'd be focused on it sometimes, it'd be hard to talk depending on what he's playing. It kind of left me to be the one talking a lot. So I just would sit there for like hours upon hours rambling to, into the void or to the, prospective viewers. And we kind of stopped doing it for a while, because it just got kind of hard from what else we had going on in life. And then I kind of got the urge to start doing it again, but doing YouTube solo kind of doesn't really make a lot of sense right now. Streaming's kind of the more, that's what people do now. So I figured I'd start doing that. I tried a few times without like a model or anything, just kind of doing it the old Let's Player way, where you just talk over playing a game, but I didn't really do much. And I was kind of interested in like doing a VTuber model. I figured it might be fun, whatnot. So I made one, which was Toast, my original one. And then I later had the idea of, well, actually, I think Collective ended right about the time that I was getting into VTubing. And technically, actually, I was actually part of like an IP owned by them, sort of, because they had the rights to like things in the arts that people submitted. But when the thing ended, when it ended though, they gave all the rights back to everybody. So.
Oh, okay.
So I own me. Don't worry, I'm still allowed to be me, legally. So the timing kind of worked out well, so I decided to use me as a model.
I see.
But I just like rambling, and
streaming's
good for that.
I'm glad you're not owned by like the Wizards of the Coast or something.
God, no, never. I would never sell myself to Wizards of the Coast. I love playing Magic, and I love D&D, but God, I could go on if you want to hear me go on for hours. That's something I can go on for hours about.
That day, Hammer was owned by Hasbro.
Disgusting. Fake ass wizards.
When your wizard isn't wizard enough.
They can't even cast a simple fireball.
Oh, I can do that. I can also do it out of my ears too. Nah, I'm just kidding. That's out of my eyes.
Oh. I was gonna say like an old cartoon character who's like mad.
No, that's smoke. We'll get that eventually.
What is smoke? This fire.
Actually, yeah. I gotta ask ya. What are your thoughts on furries?
That wasn't what I expected for a third question. But in terms, you just mean like the people, or like furry characters?
Go on to both.
Like people.
Elaborate.
Okay, sure. I don't have an issue with furries. I know plenty of furries that are, good people, amazing craftsmen. Like, they honestly, like, the work that goes into fursuits is like absolutely insane, and the dedication too to wear them for like days at a convention or something like that, absolutely insane. Props to people who can do that, because I sure as hell would have a heat stroke. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. As for furry characters, I think there's a good ratio. For me personally, there's a ratio of like animal characteristics to humanoid characteristics that I think you kind of need to have for me to be interested. Like I'm fine with like ears, tail, like claws or something, but I kind of don't. Once you can start to get like a snout or like fur face, or like I'm not hugely into fur in general. I don't like body hair.
Fair.
And myself, or like it's just not a feeling I like, and the aesthetic of it isn't for me. But I'm happy with some animalistic characteristics. But once you get there's like a threshold that once you cross, and where I'm like, all right, that's too far. That's not for me anymore.
I see. So you're not a big fan of Merryweather, is what you're telling me.
I don't know who that is.
I'll have to send you it later. So they're a VTuber, but they do like comics.
Okay.
Yeah. But they recently got like a model where it's full furry.
I see.
Anyways, sorry about that.
Okay, I kind of see. Thankfully I have Google right in front of me. I see. Yeah, like this first model I see where it's like ears and like, I see it looks like a tail too. Like, that's fine. But like once you get into like I said, once you get to like fur face and like snout, that's where I'm like, all right, I'm out.
So what you're saying is, actually no, that would be bestiality. Let's go to jail. Da 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 da. Wait, oh, I can't do it. Da.
Nice.
No. Yeah, no. So my thing is, I'm perfectly fine with furries. I feel like it gets weird if you start doing the ooh, was this? Like furry, not furry talk, but like kind of like a baby talk.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah. No, I'm not a fan of that in the slightest. It's yeah, not my cup of tea either, really.
Ooh, was this? Alright.
I think there's now I kind of like, all right, that's like your funny thing you're saying there, or like meme thing you're saying there. That one's fine. I think it's just like, I don't know, something about I don't like the baby talk kind of thing. Ara I think is fine, because that's usually like mommy, like Ara look at you.
Just for that one in.
No, the ooh oh whoa hello. That kind of thing.
Bulge.
That's not for me. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot I turned my questions in Japanese.
Nice.
I don't know why I did this. So one night I just randomly translated all my questions in Japanese somehow, and I'm not sure how I did it.
I probably could not identify what they are if I saw them. I took Japanese in college, and I know some of it, but boy, have I forgotten a lot.
I mean, you don't always use it like in day-to-day life. It's
no,
very rare.
I sure don't. I mean, I don't watch anime subbed. I'm a dub person. People can hate that if they want.
That's fine.
I don't know why people are so like uptight about it. I just like understanding what's being said as it's being said, and I'm not good at other languages. I tried.
Like, I understand it. I like subs and dubs, but like, it's the only issue is whenever the dub is, laughable.
It depends on what it is. I think if it's like something that's like should be kind of more serious and they're not doing a good job of like playing it up, or like it doesn't. I've definitely watched some where I'm like, this doesn't feel like what they're saying is like accurate or right. But like I kind of like it because like I watch a lot of like I've watched plenty of like adult rated anime where it's got like it's like a school anime with some really dumb concept that's like clearly that's that's like super memey and what that I feel like if they didn't make it super memey, if they tried to be more serious with it, then it would just be like not entertaining. A great example of this, it's called Hensky. I don't know if you've heard of it or not.
I have not.
Let me pull up the full title real quick and make sure I can say it. Okay, the title the title is Hensky. Are you willing to fall in love with a pervert as long as she's a cutie?
Oh no, I have heard of this. Go on.
Yes. It's not at all a great show, and I feel like what makes it great is that the dub is hilarious in how wild it is. I think that like in that show in particular, like I think it adds something. I've seen some others too where I feel like the dub adds something to it too. Another great one is Kaguya-sama Love is War. That one I feel like I don't think I would enjoy the sub for at all, because I think understanding what's being said as they're saying it, because it's so exaggerated and so like over the top, I think having the dub for that, and especially like using like localized colloquialism too, I think also really just makes it like entertaining and funny.
I feel like the narrator does a pretty good job in his performance in regards to that.
Absolutely, the narrator is probably the best performer in that, honestly. That's not that's in no way a detriment to the rest of the performers. That's just I think it's a really good show. I love it, and I think that pretty much all the characters do have really good performances. It's just the narrator, especially, I feel like adds so much to that.
I gotta ask you, have you seen Ghost Stories?
I've seen some of Ghost Stories. I've been to several parties, especially in college. I went to several or social gatherings with friends where somewhere along the way someone suggests let's watch Ghost Stories, and then we start watching it. So I've seen the first like episode or two of Ghost Stories a bunch. I haven't really seen much beyond that. But I did enjoy Ghost Stories.
I see.
What I've seen of it.
So do you believe in our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ?
God.
You said his name in vain. You must be sent to the Shadow Realm.
Yeah. What a fun concept of just
Well, Hammer's in the Shadow Realm. Let's see. We're sponsored by... Nope. I have not been sponsored yet, and I'm sad.
Oh boy. That was rough.
So
my legs are missing a little bit.
Yeah, that happens. You gotta not worry about it. Sometimes you might lose like a leg or the entire body.
Yeah, that did happen that one. That did almost happen that one time in Yu-Gi-Oh, where there were the Shadow Realm discs between Yugi and that guy who had 3 Dark Magicians in his deck.
He lost his legs?
Almost. They were like chained up to like something, and they had like a saw blade. So it was supposed to be a saw blade in the original, but I think in the 4Kids one they made it like a Shadow Realm saw blade where if it touches you, you get sent to the Shadow Realm or something. And like as you lost life points, it moved closer to your leg.
You want to see some truly funny?
What's that?
I'm gonna use it. I'm gonna use the burning din on you.
Is the building gonna like catch fire?
Oh, no. Well, sort of? Here, hold on. I don't have a sound effect prepared for that yet. Hold on. Now, be gone! Wait, that's not the right...
Thrown out already.
Oh, no. Hold on. It takes a minute to, take effect. Hold on. Yeah, usually it's a lot faster than this. Hold on. There we go. Oh, no, I just turned the world white. God damn it!
Oh.
It's been acting up for a while. Sorry. Technical difficulties. I can't get this ability working properly. Work!
Oh no. Now they know that. Now they can see that that wasn't a real set.
There
oh, no.
we go.
Oh, now it's on fire.
Now you're in my mind.
Okay.
Why am I green, too? Damn it, I caught your green.
You know, your mind looks just like the bar we were just in.
Oh, no, the bar just comes with it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I guess my coffee's still here. So.
Yeah. I just brought it from physical to manifestical. Manifestical? What?
Manifesticles.
Yes. Anyways, now we ask you the true questions.
Okay.
What are your favorite content creators?
Oh.
And remove bar.
See, that's a weird question for me because I don't really watch a lot of content from. Oh my god! I'm just in the fire.
Yep.
It's getting a little hot in here. Oh.
Oh wait, I made my tooth. I'm too small. Anyways, continue with your speaking.
Right. I don't really watch a lot. I watch a lot of Magic the Gathering content. So I watch like Hard Market's channel. I watch like MTG Goldfish, Andrea Mengucci. I love watching Adam Savage's tested videos. Because I grew up watching Mythbusters, and that was like my favorite show ever, pretty much. Really hard to honestly top, probably both because of nostalgia as well as just the content of the show.
Wait, didn't they kind of hate each other? Isn't that the whole theory behind that or something?
Oh, Adam and Jamie, the host of it.
Yeah.
They didn't. I don't think they hated each other. They just weren't like friends outside of work. Really, they were just kind of. I think they describe it as they were mostly just like they were just coworkers, where like they worked together is all. I don't think they necessarily hated each other. I think that's a narrative that's like spun a bit out of proportion. Because like it's more the way that like Adam's described it before. It sounds really like it's just they just kind of like work together. Things got heated sometimes when they were working. Being that they're two, brilliant minds trying to determine how to go about some crazy engineering challenge. But I don't think they hated each other. I think they probably just kind of like butted heads and like they had pretty good understandings with each other. Like he, from what he said, like they, when they did clash, I think they just, like I said, they were just kind of coworkers really, where at the end of the day, at the end of shooting, they just kind of went home, did their own things. They weren't like, they didn't really talk to each, they didn't, communicate with each other outside of work. I don't know if they still like communicate with each other at all. Doesn't sound like it. But I don't think they hated each other. I think they just were kind of like coworkers, really.
I guess that's fair. Let's see then. I've been wondering. So Hammer, what kind of merch would you be doing?
Well, that's easy in some regards. Obviously, we have to have the plush Herald available now in store for $19.99 plus tax and shipping. No, I don't have a store. But we would have the plush Herald, of course.
I mean, you could do makeshift.
Yeah, I could. I would make stuff when I know I have an audience that it would sell to.
Fair.
I feel like I'm a big fan of merch that is very simple, doesn't like plaster logos all over itself or like, is just like like extremely simplified version of something that if someone who knows the thing knows it, they'll get it instantly, but other people wouldn't. So an example of this would be like, I would probably sell like a red shirt with an H on the middle. That's like, just a simple, it's like, it's the same H as like on my hat. You see it, if you know, you know, if you don't know, it's just a red shirt with a yellow H on it.
You know what it reminds me of is like, why does that sound familiar, honestly? Where it's just a letter on a shirt.
Team Rocket.
Ah, yeah, that's it. I was thinking, also
they got it
Aeropostale.
right.
But
Team Rocket got it right. I own the Team Rocket shirt. That's just a black shirt with a red R on it. That's it. If you know, you know. If you don't know, it's just a black shirt with a red R on it.
so wait, does that mean you would be Hammer Grunt?
No, I'd be Hammer Admin.
Ah, okay. Fair enough. Oh yeah,
Everyone else
you'd
would be Hammer Grunt. No, that's why I have the hat. Actually, the hat makes me an admin.
Ah, okay.
We'll sell the hat too, of course. I feel like I'd have a shirt that says like "Pipe Me," something like that. Since apparently that's like my shtick. It's a shtick.
Casually walking away if I could.
It's like the have you seen, isn't there like a shirt that's like some band sells that's like I Heart Hot Moms or something like that, or I Heart MILFs?
Yeah, I guess.
Something like that. It's something that people will look at it and be like, haha, it says "Pipe Me," but it's also like my it's one of those things that I do and say.
I'm surprised you're not going for the Slogo shirt.
Oh. No, I don't want that. I would, that does remind me. I do wish that they made patches of the Paper Mario badges, because I would happily have those.
Yeah, there's a lot of them. So,
definitely, I would definitely have take the Hammerman badge on like a shirt or something like that.
Harold
hopefully-
patch.
Yeah. Oh yeah, like Herald patch, that'd be good. Some like keychains and whatnot. I don't know how much merch I'd really make for myself, honestly. I feel like whatever I make for myself that's like official is never going to be anywhere close to as good as like what fans do. I go to a lot of cons, and I love going through Artist Alley, just seeing like the merch that people make for stuff. And there's, especially now with like HoloLive and other VTuber things being so popular, there's so many like VTuber like things like that too.
Yeah, the only issue with the fan stuff is if you get one of the kind of deranged ones.
No, those are the better people. 'Cause
No.
Then you get, depends on what you mean by deranged, I guess.
Did you hear what happened to Camilla?
No.
So what happened was she got a gift from a con. The gift had a, the Apple kind of like tracking devices.
Oh yeah, I know what that is. Yeah.
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 They tried to break into her house.
Okay. Well, I thought you meant I meant like people selling stuff, like artists selling stuff, not like deranged fans sending me gifts that are secretly trying to track me.
But no, she was gifted this at a con.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
fun stuff.
Yeah. Such as hey, gotta check your Halloween candies for Apple AirTags.
AirTags, razor blades, and the occasional cyanide.
Yeah.
Sad days. I would have to ask you, what's an embarrassing story you can tell us, either on stream or off of stream, that you feel comfortable sharing?
Embarrassing story.
Yes.
It's hard to tell. It's harder to tell embarrassing stories for me because I don't really get like embarrassed. Is the problem in most scenarios. Like I might get the only like forms of embarrassment I feel like I feel are like just like either in like like cringe situations where it's not me being like if I'm watching like Nathan For You or something. My coworkers like putting episodes of that up sometimes at work, and I can't watch that because it's like cringe content, and I get secondhand embarrassment just watching it. But I noticed you have a fire like really close to my face.
Yeah, keep talking.
And I gotta think, like, what's an embarrassing story that, like, I don't want to just give like a lame one, like, oh, I said you too to the waitress when she said enjoy your food, because that's something I've definitely done multiple times. I might have to come back to that one. I gotta think, because like I know like there's gotta be something in there, but I don't think I really have like embarrassing stories of like something like silly, of like something like embarrassing happening to me or doing something embarrassing. Because like most things that I feel like some people might be embarrassed by, I just probably would have just done on my own, like with intent.
Okay, we'll come back to it.
I want to give you something. I just gotta figure it out. I gotta figure out a good answer.
You know, in the meantime, we'll slowly torture Hammer by let's see. What is your long-term goal on Twitch?
I'm mostly trying
/
to.
YouTube.
Yeah, I'd like to see. I don't have like a specific numbers I'd like to reach or something, but I'd like to just kind of like steadily grow, and have like an audience that I can regularly stream to. I'm not here really I'm not expecting this to become like a career or like even just like, second stream of income really. I'm mostly doing it for fun. Like I said before, it's a way to get out my yapping. I have to yap it to someone, and doing it on stream's a great way to just kind of like, talk. Even if no one's there, if no one's listening, sometimes it's therapeutic just to like talk, this feeling like you had an audience. It'd be nice. It's always nice to actually have an audience because it's fun, like, interacting with people too. So I don't have like particular goals. I'd like to see my stuff grow, of course. Like I said too, Zinker and I are probably going to start streaming stuff together more. We're going to probably re-establish our like YouTube, put VODs there, do that kind of stuff.
Okay.
Hopefully pick up that audience again, maybe get some of them who used to watch us into watching the streams, and grow from there. But nothing in particular, just kind of going with the flow.
I see. I gotta ask you, what was your first interaction with paper?
My first interaction with paper was I think I was playing BioShock, the original BioShock, and I think paper hopped in the chat and like just started talking to me there, and asked if I like wanted to join a Discord with like other streamers and whatnot, and I was like, and I was pretty sure it was like a scam, or like was gonna try to sell me art or something, but and then it turned out there actually really was a Discord, and there were other streamers in there, and it was just with the intent of playing games with other streamers. So paper just kind of hopped in like one of my streams I think once, and that was how that happened really.
Sketchy paper.
Yeah, it sure was.
I like how paper's recruitment method is just, hey, look, there's a streamer, and then just pops in and it's like, hey, you want to join us?
Hey, they've got no viewers. I can demand all their attention. They're clearly not talking to anyone else.
Cheese. I'm gonna, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Now every so often my chat says cheese.
Yes, don't you know that's the one viewer watching me right now? Nah, I'm just kidding. That's probably you, maybe.
It probably might be me.
I know paper's here in spirit. And cow.
Such a small streamer life.
Yes. Anyways, let's say, what is your worst fear?
My worst fear.
Mm.
I don't like bees. I don't mind bees from a distance and like in games and stuff, it's fine. But as soon as like a bee gets like around me in life, I kind of like freeze up.
Okay.
Not a fan. I grew up in the woods, lots of bees around, lots of bees like making the nests in like our like around the house and whatnot, around like or around the outside of the house, not really in the house, but like
Yeah, it's
just
terrible.
around them enough. And like I think when I was younger, I got stung like a few times at various points in my life, not like all at once. It was usually only I think ever like once at a time, but happened enough where it was like I think it like traumatized me as a kid. And now just like no matter how much even like when I see bees now and I'm like, it's not worth like freaking out. As soon as they like fly near me, I just kind of like seize up a bit and I'm like, bee, go away, please.
Do you kind of like Stonewall?
Kinda, yeah.
So, I have a question for you.
Okay.
You're in the supermarket, and for some reason, they've built a giant beehive.
Okay.
You're absolutely confused and somewhat terrified. And to your right is an entire aisle of cheese. And for some reason, on the dairy aisle, they've ran out of milk.
Okay.
What would you use to defend yourself in this case?
I have to get more clarity. So it's a giant beehive. Are the bees giant too?
Yes.
Okay, that makes it easier actually. I have a theory about this. I think bees would be less scary if they were bigger.
Okay. It's a million bees. Don't question it. It's just very small.
So it's a lot of small bees.
Yes.
Okay. Can I take a full beekeeper suit, or is that not like
No.
like a lot? Like I have to grab something from the supermarket.
You only got the
like-
cheese to your right.
I've only got the cheese.
You're cornered.
I guess I'm grabbing cheese then.
Yeah.
It sounds like that's my only option.
Yes, but what kind of cheese and how would you use it?
What kind of cheese? Well, Swiss is pretty strong. Oh, Swiss has holes in it though. That wouldn't really work. I grab like a hard cheese probably. Like maybe like if there's like a knife too, so I can like cut it. Maybe like take a wheel of cheese and like one of the harder cheeses. Like I think like Munster is like a hard cheese.
Yeah.
Cut like a wheel of that in half, and then like try to, finagle or like hold on. I guess like hold like the flaps of like the halves of the cheese wheel, and then use those as like to swing at the bees. Like, oh, you know what? Actually, maybe I do want Swiss because the holes will give me more like speed when I swing it. Because it's like how a paddle works. You know how like they put holes in the paddle so you can swing it harder. Don't ask why I know this. But it gives you, sure there might be some like some like gaps, but then you get more speed on it. You get more hit on there.
Are you telling me in secret that you're like been like fanning cheese out?
Maybe.
Odd. But okay.
Are you suggesting I may or may not have thought of or priorly thought of the aerodynamics of swinging a piece of cheese at something?
Yes.
With the intent of striking with great force?
What is the thought process that initiates this sequence? I have to ask.
Well, you're asking how I defend myself against bees. Therefore, I simply think logically, how do I fight off the bees with cheese? Well, some cheese has holes in it. Holes lets you swing the thing faster. Although it might let some bees through, it's overall going to cause more damage to the bees.
Okay.
My brain works in logic. There's no turning it off. And I grew up watching Mythbusters. Like, this is how my brain operates now. Of you give me a really obscure problem, I immediately go into problem solving mode and think everything through.
And then it just cuts to us like doing like Mythbusters, but like Hammer's like, will this cheese defeat the bees?
Yeah, and then I'm drawing up like how an experiment for how we can test this in small scale, and then you gotta go into the large scale, like full scale, where we got like full on bees, in the supermarket, assortment of cheeses.
There's like
Milk's
a million.
on the other side, I guess.
The milk is empty.
This is hypothetical situations often end like this with me, where someone asks a hypothetical question, and then I give them a full detailed report on how exactly I would handle the situation.
So, like, do you go to the supermarket, like, wearing, like, regular clothing?
Yeah, for the most part.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Is that what you expected, or like... Is that not what you expected?
No, I feel like in this situation, you just be, like, throwing cheese, and you're just, like, in, like, a casual t-shirt or something, or, like, khakis.
Yeah, no, I'd be pretty, I'd probably end up, if I just happen to go to the supermarket for cheese, and, I'm going there probably casually dressed. It's not like a fancy dinner. The fancy dinner party's not happening at the supermarket. It's happening when I get home with the cheese.
I'm sorry. I mentally broke a while ago.
I have that effect on people.
So I see you hate bees. What is your favorite animal?
I love the pangolin.
Elaborate.
The little, it's just a little armored guy. He just kind of hangs out. Like they look very adorable, especially like when they're younger. They kind of like, there's like a lot of like great photos of them standing with their arms like together, like they're just kind of like shy. Oh, you know what? Sorry, the pangolin is the second choice. The first choice is the mantis shrimp. Never mind the pangolin. Screw the pangolin. Let me go into detail about the mantis shrimp. Hey, do you know what the mantis shrimp is?
I do not. I barely know what
Okay.
a pangolin is. I'm sorry.
Okay, you're about to learn something great today. The mantis
my
shrimp is a
gosh.
little freak from the sea, with like quite a few notable features. The first being its eyes it has the most complex eyes of any creature on the planet that we know of. In the human eye normally has like 3 different cones, 3 different visual receptors. That's the guy. Look at those eyes, those like eyes. They're really cool colors too.
Okay, right. I'm gonna pull it over chat because nobody's talking anyways.
Yeah, that's fine. So so he's got those red beady eyes for one thing. Like already looks like a menace. He looks like something out of Pikmin. That's that looks like a boss out of a Pikmin game. Those eyes have, so like the human eye has 3 different types of visual color receptors in it. We have red, green, and blue color receptors. They have 16.
Holy crap.
They can see colors you literally cannot fathom. You cannot think of these colors. They can see them. You cannot conceptualize of these colors. It's not physically possible for your brain to do so because you can't see them. That's the first interesting thing about them. The next interesting thing about them is they punch with the same force of a .22 caliber bullet. When they punch, they move air so fast that the friction creates heat that creates light temporarily, and it creates a vacuum in the area that they punched in because they punch so hard. They can they can punch a hole in you. There's like stories of people who like didn't know what they were or something like that, and like I remember like I heard one of like someone who they didn't know what this creature was, and it punched a hole in the side of their boot through their foot.
That sounds terrifying.
Yeah, they have like the way that they do it, I think, is like in their arms. They have like the way that like the internal structure of their arm works. It like they can like cock their arm back basically, and then quickly like release it, and it like springs forth. I think they like store up some gas in there, some like like air or some bubble of some like gas in there. And when they move it or when they like release it, it like causes their arm to like spring forth. I might be wrong about the gas thing. I'm not positive about that. It's been a while since I looked into like the anatomy of a mantis shrimp. But yeah, it like springs their arm forward, and they use this to crack open mollusks, which is what they generally eat.
Oh.
But they can also like knock out fish. Like I said, punch holes in people. Absurd, like crazy little dude. You can't keep them in a normal aquarium because they'll just punch a hole in it.
Ugh.
It's such a crazy little freak.
That sounds terrifying.
This is why you should never go in the sea in general. The sea is terrifying, but because it has things like this guy. I want to make a whole reel just talking about the mantis shrimp at some point. I haven't gotten to it yet, but it's been on my list of things to do because it's just such a great little freak of nature.
Fair enough. I gotta ask you. I don't think I might have asked it on accident earlier. What are your favorite games?
Favorite games. I love Fire Emblem. Probably my favorite series of all time. Just in general, I grew up playing the Fire Emblem games. I started with Sacred Stones when I was a kid on the Game Boy Advance. I'm a pre-Awakening fan for those who know the various aspects of the fandom, or stages of the fandom. Astral Chain is probably like my favorite game in terms of just like gameplay and overall the game in general. It was it was a game that I feel like flew under the radar for a lot of people, but and the story was a bit like meh, but like the gameplay for it is like immaculate. It's a platinum game.
Oh yeah.
So it's got like amazing combat throughout like the whole game. I swear I was learning like new combos in combat, even at like the very end. I was still like learning new stuff that I could do. You can chain stuff together with it. You get the way that it works just feels like it feels so good to play. I felt like the length of the game was really good. The characters were they were okay. I really liked the main character. But it had a lot of good stuff to it. I love Mario parties. I played every single Mario Party from like when I was a kid up till now. I'm absurdly good at them, and in general, I'm also like I can pick up a lot of games and just do pretty well at them. Like Fall Guys, for example, I did pretty well the first time I played Fall Guys. I think when I played with like the Fun Time crew, I think I won the very first game of Fall Guys I played, just because it felt like it instantly hit on like my Mario Party like skill set.
Fair.
I like Halo. Halo's a classic shooter for me. Banjo-Kazooie and Tooie and those kinds of games. There's a lot of like nostalgia games for me like that I enjoy. But yeah, I grew up playing a really wide variety of things. So like my favorites are kind of like pretty varied.
I see. Out of the most recent games, what is your favorite?
My most recent, probably Fire Emblem Engage. Easily, I think the best Fire Emblem game that they put out. Hands down. I will die on this hill, and I will tell it. And a lot of people would probably disagree with me because for one thing, the fandom's not the greatest. And people have very strong attachments to certain games, not giving the others chances. But Engage had the most immaculate gameplay in a strategy game I've ever played. The story was pretty basic, but I think it's fine. It didn't need to be anything special. I think it worked pretty well. The characters were all super fun. I had no issues with really any of the characters. I had very few issues with the characters, I should say. I guess there's a few that I just didn't really care for, but there weren't any I think that I actively disliked. Overall, I think it was just immaculate 10 out of 10 game.
Okay. So I gotta ask you, if you were randomly sponsored by a company, what kind of sponsor would you take? Like any sponsor.
Ooh. What sponsor would I take? I'm trying to think of food sponsors I'd want, because if usually they give you some of the product, but there's not really anything I can think of in particular. Like I don't care about G Fuel or anything like that. Man, what would I want?
Boy, you don't want some gamer subs using code BURNIT? I'm just kidding. I don't have a gamer sub.
Yeah, I'd probably want, as much as I don't want, as I want to stay away from Wizards of the Coast, at least like in terms of them owning my IP. I wouldn't mind working with them sponsorship wise, because they'd probably send me product, and that's cheaper than buying product myself.
Fair enough. What if they just sent you the kind of the beginning books, like the Dungeon Master Guide and stuff like that?
Well, I don't have them, so.
Oh wait, you don't?
No, I mean, I played D&D, but like we played on Roll20.
Fair enough.
For the most part, and I don't really have. I've played a bit of like in-person D&D, but I haven't been really in a good situation to consistently play it in person, so I don't really have any of like the D&D stuff. I have a resin 3D printer I actually intended to use for printing minis at some point, but like I haven't had the need for it.
Yeah, I got the 3.5 books, I think, right next to me.
Nice.
I don't use them, they're just kind of there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm terrified of them.
That's what they'd do for me if I had them.
Just kind of just sit there?
Just sit right there.
So, I don't know, I gotta ask you, Hammer. If you got into a fight with Sledge Wizard, who would win?
Well, there's no doubt about that. I would win, of course. Like,
can you prove that?
It's kind of hard to win to prove that. I mean, because like I need him to beat. It's I feel well like for one thing, he's got the weight of the mustache. It's gonna like hold him back. He's got like more drag on him. Can't move as fast. He's got that silly like French accent, and like matter of speaking is probably gonna be longer winded, gonna be harder to he's gonna run out of air, I feel like, faster, and like probably honestly just like that personality too. He's gonna mess himself up, I think, just from trying to gloat, and oh my god. Well,
Ignore the mustache in the background.
That looks like it's in the foreground.
I don't know what you're talking about. I think you're delusional. Ignore the magic hands. Ignore the wizard behind the curtain. There we go.
I'm just.
Da 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 da.
Keep that away from me. No. Of course I'd beat that hammer mage, that silly little hammer mage.
I see. How would you win?
Well, very easily, of course. I would simply use my sledge magic and make a big sledgehammer and swing it on their head, and then they would be dead. So
how does your magic work? I was thinking about this earlier. Do you how does your magic work? Explain it to me.
It's easy. I simply cast sledgehammer.
But where does the magic come from? Is it internal? Is it?
Well, I don't know. I'm not a magicologist. I don't.
Okay.
I just studied how to use magic. I didn't study the origin of it or how it works. Maybe there's some particle in the air or something that makes it happen. I don't know.
Yeah, let's bring back Hammer.
Solar flares.
Well, we'll have to bring back Hammer. Let's see. Hammer, do you know how that works?
Oh yeah, it's just ether in the air. You pull the magic particles out of the air and then convert them into whatever you're trying to whatever kind of spell you're trying to cast. So case of if I'm casting hammer, then I simply just fabricate a hammer out of the air and launch it forward.
So how does the ether work? That's my question.
Oh, it's there's little particles in the air, in all of the air really, that it's like it's kind of hard to. They're like subatomic particles that the incantations and like kind of they draw in the ether, and like you're like when you're going to like cast a spell, it like you draw in like the particles from the air, and then like I said, you convert them into whatever spell you're trying to cast.
Hey, at least it's not Arcana.
Yup. At least it's not Arcana.
My magic literally requires if I use too much of it all at once, it eats away at my body.
Oh, yeah, that sounds rough. I just make the air less good.
Ah, yes, you pollute the air.
Yeah, well, no, it's more that I don't pollute the air as much as I kind of like unpollute the air, really. I just like unrefine the air.
You just turn it into, like, instead of O2, it becomes O.
Yeah.
So when you're like casting a spell, you're just like, oh yeah.
Yeah, you can't cast too much magic in like a sealed room, otherwise you just kind of like suffocate.
Oh, well, that sounds like fun.
Yeah.
So no. if you were stuck in a giant if you were stuck like trapped in a like a box, would you be kind of just screwed?
No, that's when I just use a hammer and start whacking.
No. What if you're like chained down though? In a box.
That's kind of hot. Well, yeah, and I guess I'll die.
Oh. Well, that's depressing.
Yeah, well.
To be fair.
I'll die as I lived.
Not box wizard.
I was gonna say chain down, but.
Yo ho ho! I am insert fuck it. I am Profanius. Profanius.
Yes. Yeah, Profanius. Profanity. You spout profanities.
Fuck you. I think the mustache has too much power. There.
Yeah, they'll do that to you. They'll get you.
Oh yes, I am profified. Anyways, we're almost at the hour point. Actually, we're already over the hour point. If anyone has any questions, speak now or forever talk to the mustache. That is it's gone.
Alright, I guess in the meantime, I did come up with an embarrassing story, I guess, that is kind of it's kind of funny, but I feel like it's going to need a bit of backstory and also be a little more, or you learn a lot about me real quick.
Okay.
Okay, so, like I've said before, I am in fact an avid cosplayer, which I intend to incorporate into my model, of course, and have several different costumes in the future. But that's beside the point. So I was at a convention called Colossal Con East, which is a con at a water park. And I was cosplaying there, as I do. I was cosplaying Altina from Fire Emblem Heroes. She had a swimsuit version. So I was cosplaying her there. And for this cosplay, I had I have these big like silicone boobs for cosplay for some characters. And I was doing like a photo shoot by the water, by the wave pool. And I was trying to at one point I was like, all right, I'm gonna kind of lay in the edge of the water or whatever. And then the waves started coming, and they started kind of pushing on me and whatnot. And they started like they kept the waves like kept like knocking they kept knocking the silicone boobs out of the swimsuit, so they kept like kind of like flying about. And like there were a bunch of people around, but like most people were focused on their own thing. But there was someone who like came up to me and was like jokingly like, excuse me, ma'am, but this is like a family place. It was really funny, but like, because like the other thing too with like the silicone boobs is like they have like these like gigantic like silicone nipples too that I didn't want on there. I wish I could honestly, they didn't come with that, but I just want to use them for costume stuff.
I think they make silicone like breast forms with.
They make like just like the. I don't think they like inserts. I think, but I could not for the life of me anywhere find like full like breastplate that's like just like silicone, no nipple basically.
I think they make like individual ones. Like
yeah.
Yeah.
But for the purpose of this though, like I could not for the life of me find any that are just like that. But anyways, that was a little embarrassing because it's like I'm trying to like pose and like I'm like spilling out of like the top there. And I kept I kept like trying to like shove them back in, but like every wave just kept like knocking them back out.
Yeah.
So there you go. That's about the best I got. It was more funny than like embarrassing, but like that's really about the best I got, because like most situations that one would most likely be embarrassed, I'm mostly just like, yeah, it's kind of funny.
I see. Well, I'm going to have to send you to the Shadow Realm now.
Yeah, I've been there before. Wouldn't be the first time.
Oh, okay. Well, can you tell Hades that I said hi? You know, sometimes I forget about the fact that you have to go there occasionally, just say hi.
You want me to tell him hi? No, you can tell him yourself. You're sending me to the Shadow Realm.
Well, Hammer might be dead. Thank y'all for coming out tonight. I should probably return us back to reality. Hammer's probably dead on the floor. I'll have to resuscitate them. Y'all have a good night. I'm gonna go call an ambulance. Bye. Burn up the